So for this lesson you are going to need a part-whole model with a whole and two parts, and you're also going to need a part-whole model with a whole and four parts. It doesn't matter if you haven't managed to print out the part-whole models. If you haven't, if you could ask an adult to help you to draw out the part-whole models, that would be really useful for this lesson. If not, you'll need to create your own groups for this.
Good morning, Year 2. New topic today. I'm so excited to be able to share maths with you this week. And this week we are learning about fractions. So what is a fraction? Well, a fraction is a way of showing part of a whole. And you will remember your teachers regularly showing you a whole and parts. And we made them up in lots of different ways when we were looking at multiplication and division. So thinking about our part-whole models is going to be really important today when we start to think about fractions. Today you're going to be finding halves and quarters of amounts by dividing. So that's halves dividing into 2 and quarters dividing into 4. We've got some star words. I hope you'll join in with me. Equal parts, equal parts. And equal parts means that your whole has been broken into equal parts. Each part has the same amount, is the same size, or has the same amount of objects in it. Quarter, quarter. A quarter is when we divide into 4. We have 4 equal parts. Share. 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 Share is when we offer out. Whole. 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 Divide. Divide. And divide is when we share. Ooh. Word of the day. Fraction. 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 And a fraction is part of an amount. We have a whole, and then we can have parts of our whole. And lastly, half. Half. And half is when we divide into 2 equal groups. So finding 1/2 of an amount is the same as dividing by 2. So this is not really new learning, because you've been dividing into groups of 2 for a long time, since year 1. So this should be familiar to you. Dividing into 2, you can do that. We call that finding half. Finding half. Look at how half can be written. My turn. I'm going to show you the 3 steps to success that you will need for today's learning. Step 1, make the whole. Step 2, share equally into the number of groups. And step 3, counting and checking how many is in each group. So, step 1, make the whole. 2 divided by 2 equals. My whole is 2. I'm starting with 2 and I'm going to divide it into 2 groups. I make 2. I now have 2. My next step, share equally into the number of groups. How many groups do I have? 2. 1. 1. How many is in each group? There's 1 in each group. Both groups have 1. So 2 divided by 2 equals 1. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. And this is exactly the same as half of 2. I have to make my whole, and my whole is 2. 1, 2. I've made my whole, and now I have to half it, I have to share equally into the number of groups. And when I half, I share into 2 groups. 1, 2. Half of 2 equals 1. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. Half of 2 equals 1.
Okay, I'm going to model this question for you. 2 divided by 2. Step 1, make the whole. And I know my whole is the first number, and I need 2. So I'm going to use my pasta. Next step, divide into 2 groups. And I know I have to divide equally, so I can't give them both to one part. I have to share them equally. If I'm going to share them equally, I need to move 1 into here and 1 into here. Do I have the same amount in each group? Yes. How many is in each group? 1 in this group, 1 in this group. So 2 divided by 2 equals 1. And I know that 2 divided by 2 is the same as half of 2. Absolutely. Half is the same as dividing by 2.
Let's have a look at this one together. What was the first step? You're right, I need to make the whole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10 in my whole. My whole is 10. I need to share it equally, step 2, into 2 groups. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. I've shared my 10 into 2 equal groups. How many is in a group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. Let's find half of 10. Step 1, make the whole. This time, the whole is 10. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm finding half. When I find half, I know I have to divide into groups of 2. Half of 10. I've got my 10. I'm going to share them equally. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 4, 4, 5, 5. Let's check. How many is in a group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half of 10 equals 5. They're the same. 10 divided by 2, or half of 10, is 5.
Step 1, make the whole. And my whole is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And how many am I sharing equally into number of groups? I have 2 groups. And when I have 2 groups, I am halving. So I need to share equally into 2 groups. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. How many is in a group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 2 equal groups, and both of the groups have 5. My answer is 5. 10 divided by 2 equals 5, or half of 10 equals 5.
Your turn. I would like you now to do this one with your pasta shells. If you don't have pasta shells, maybe you could draw them out. I'd like you to do this now. Pause the video.
Same as before, make the hole. The hole this time is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My hole is 8. How many parts do I need to share equally into? 2. And when I divide by 2, I am halving. Well done. So to halve 8, I need to share into the number of groups, and I have 2 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many is in a group? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both parts have 4. Both parts are equal. 8 divided by 2, or half of 8, equals 4. Give yourself a pat on the back if you got that one correct.
Now we're going to find 1/4. Because I know you can now find a half, we need to take our learning to the next level. And that's finding a quarter. It's very similar to finding half, but instead of dividing into 2 equal groups, we divide into 4 equal groups to find part of our whole. So 4 is our whole, and the number of parts we have is still 4, and the number in each part is 1. Four divided by 4 into 4 groups equals 1. 1/4 of 4. Now this should be the same, but let's double check. My whole is 4, and I'm finding 1/4, which means I divide by 4. I've got my whole, and I've now got my 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 divided into 4 groups is 1. Let's do it together. Same steps. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sharing them out. 1, 1, 1, 1. My whole was 4. I shared it into 4 groups, and now I have 1 in each group. 1/4 of 4. My whole is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm going to share it into 4 equal groups to find 1 of the quarters. 1, 1, 1, 1. 1/4 of 4 equals 1.
Okay, so we're on to the next part of our lesson where we're looking at finding a quarter, and we know that when we're looking for a quarter we are dividing by 4. So this time my whole, which I need to make, is 4. Step 1, make the whole. My whole is 4. Share equally into the number of groups. I don't have 2 groups anymore because I'm not sharing equally into 2, I'm sharing equally into 4. 1. How many do I have in each group? Are they equal? I have 1 in each group, so the answer is 1. A quarter of 4, or 4 divided by 4, equals 1.
So if you can find a quarter of 4, you can also find a quarter of 12. I've already made the whole to save some time. So step 1, make the whole. I've already done that. Share equally into the number of groups. How many groups do I have? 4. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. And you can see now that dividing my 12 into 4 equal groups gives me 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1 quarter divided by 4 gives me an answer of 3. Again, this time a quarter of 12. I've already made the whole and I'm going to share it out into my 4 groups because I'm finding 1 quarter. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I've equally shared them out into the 4 groups, and each group has 3. A quarter of 12 is 3.
I am dividing 12. 12 divided by 4. My whole is 12, and I'm going to share into 4 equal groups to find 1 quarter. So I'm looking for 1 quarter of 12. Make the whole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12. 12 is my whole, and I'm sharing it into 4 equal groups. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. How many do I have in each group? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I have 4 equal groups of 3. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. Each group has 3.
Your turn. I want you to get 16 pieces of pasta or whatever you're using for this lesson, and I want you to show me how you find 16 divided by 4 or a quarter of 16.
Okay, last one before your independent task. What's my whole? That's right, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Share equally into the number of groups. How many groups do I have? 4. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. How many do I have in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 16 divided by 4, or 1/4 of 16 equals 4.
It's time for your independent task. You've got 6 part-whole models. You're going to be finding quarters. Make the number in pasta and then divide it into 4, shared equally, and then count how many is in each group. You can write the answer at the bottom of the sheet where the calculation has been written out for you.